You think you are just digging a hole and filling it with tap water. You believe you are simply decorating your garden for the summer. You are entirely wrong. The moment that first drop of water settles into the earth, you are not landscaping. You are opening an ancient negotiation table for survival, and the wild world is already evaluating your offer. There is a hidden, 3-second test every single creature will perform before deciding if your sanctuary is a trap or a lifeline. And missing this secret completely changes who rules your yard. Look closely at this empty space. For years, this patch of grass was a quiet ecological desert, a green, sterile carpet offering nothing to the complex web of life humming beyond the fence. Modern hustle culture convinces us a manicured lawn is a sign of order. Biologically, it is a silent tragedy, an artificial barrier between us and the earth. Fresh water. Without it, your garden is an empty waiting room, devoid of meaning. Watch what happens when we reintroduce this vital element. Building a wildlife pond at Ash Wood was a deliberate act of ecological rebellion. We laid the synthetic liner, arranged limestone rocks, and let the rain do the rest. The deafening silence broke. The solution was profoundly transformative. Within 48 hours, the first aerial scouts arrived. They did not stumble upon this water. They actively detected it. Do you know how a dragonfly finds a new, isolated pond? They possess specialized polarized light receptors in their massive compound eyes, allowing them to visually isolate the shimmering reflection of standing water from high up in the atmosphere. To a migrating dragonfly, this pond is a glowing neon beacon in a dark sea of dry grass. But they do not blindly dive in. This brings us back to that crucial 3-second test. Watch this European robin carefully as he approaches the edge. Notice how he freezes mid-step? That is not irrational fear. That is an intense neurological calculation. Birds possess highly developed sensory processing capabilities. When he tilts his head precisely 45 degrees, he can see the polarized light. He utilizes monocular vision to scan the surface for microscopic ripples of hidden aquatic predators, simultaneously mapping an exact escape trajectory through low branches. If the banks are too steep, or if there is no shallow gradient of submerged pebbles, the bird's brain calculates a high mortality risk. He will abandon your yard no matter how much premium seed you offer nearby. He is actively testing your empathy as a creator. By intentionally providing a gently sloping beach of washed gravel, you pass the ultimate test. Physically prove you understand their daily vulnerability. You are an initiated, trusted guardian of the local micro-ecosystem. As weeks turned into months, the first year of this pond revealed a staggering timeline of biological colonization. A masterclass in spontaneous natural generation. First came pioneering single-celled algae, laying the crucial microscopic foundation. Then, water boatmen and predatory diving beetles rained down under the dark cover of night. But the undeniable climax of this ecological drama occurred in early spring. The magical arrival of the amphibians. One damp evening, the ambient temperature hit exactly 8 degrees Celsius, instantly triggering an ancient, hardwired migratory instinct deep within their DNA. Common frogs emerged from decaying leaf litter. When a frog enters your pond, they are not just swimming, they are literally breathing it. Amphibians breathe through highly permeable skin via a fascinating process called cutaneous respiration. The local water chemistry must be perfect. They absorb the chemical essence of your garden directly into their circulating bloodstream. If the water is tainted with synthetic fertilizers running off from your lawn, their sensitive osmoregulatory systems will rapidly collapse. It is a delicate, continuous negotiation between modern human convenience and ancient biological necessity. Their presence here tonight, Vibrating the dark water with low-frequency mating calls is the ultimate biological validation. It is a chemical, living seal of approval that your sanctuary is pure and safe. This is exactly where rigid science transcends into something profoundly emotional. As you sit silently at the edge of the water, watching dappled golden hour light dance across gentle ripples, consider the consequences. Something fundamental shifts inside your own overstimulated nervous system. The crushing psychological weight of upcoming deadlines, endless notifications on your phone, and the persistent low-grade anxiety of modern, disconnected life all slowly dissolve into the background. Human beings possess an evolutionary genetic trait known as the biophilia hypothesis, a deeply ingrained biological need to physically connect with other raw forms of life. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancient ancestors knew finding clean, active water meant guaranteed survival. When you hear the rhythmic splashing of a bathing finch or guttural croaking of frogs hidden in reeds, your brain automatically releases a powerful cascade of oxytocin and drastically lowers circulating cortisol levels. You are actively experiencing profound visual and auditory healing. You are no longer a passive, exhausted observer staring blankly at a glowing screen. You are an active, vital participant in ancient rhythms of the earth. The wild animals that instinctively came to this pond did not just find a convenient place to drink. They found a permanent sanctuary, transforming this quiet patch of land into a loud, living, breathing entity. The results are scientifically and spiritually astounding. We recorded a massive 300% increase in avian biodiversity. Identified 4 entirely new species of solitary bees utilizing damp pond mud for intricate nest building, and witnessed the stunning, complete life cycle of the emperor dragonfly right here in the backyard. The most profound, lasting result is not measured in a rigid species count or scientific data. It is the empowering realization that you have the power to directly reverse ecological decline with your own 2 hands. You have selflessly offered sanctuary, and the wild has answered your silent call with an overwhelming. Every stone you place, every native plant you nurture, ripples outward into the vast, interconnected universe. Tomorrow morning, when you step out of your back door with your warm cup of coffee in hand, I want you to look closely at the lowest, dampest point in your yard. Imagine the shimmering reflection of fresh water catching early sunlight. Imagine the frantic, buzzing hum of life. The joyous splashing of a flock of goldfinches taking their morning bath before the neighborhood wakes up. If you want to successfully decipher these hidden languages of nature, and if you are finally ready to transform your quiet space into a thriving, loud oasis of life, do not casually watch. Join our growing community of quiet, mindful observers. Subscribe to the channel right now, and let us continue to build these vital, beautiful lifelines, one single drop at a time, together.